hope you're doing well and welcome back to the Simply Organized YouTube channel. I'm a professional organizer and I specialize in decluttering and organizing for families. In my business, I create individualized and custom systems based on what phase of life a family is in, and I pay close attention to habits as well. I've worked in hundreds of homes, and can say that I am an expert in several areas of home organization because of all the exposure to these spaces. The garage has become one of my most sought after service offerings because families use their garages quite a bit, many of them entering and exiting their homes from the garage. But a close second to garage organization is closet organization, and specifically organizing children's closets. These can be really tough spaces. So I thought today I'd share with you what I consider to be the best organizing system for children. And I'm going to share with you 2 examples of how this system can be adapted over time to grow with your child. The system is called the Elfa System from the Container Store. And I will say this is not a sponsored video. This is just me, a professional organizer, sharing my expert advice with you. Again, I have worked in hundreds of homes and in various spaces, so I am very familiar with the Elfa System. I've utilized it in so many ways for client families, and I even do most of the install myself because it's just that easy. And if you're worried about taking on a project like this and taking the leap to install it yourself, don't worry, it's super easy. And maybe one day I'll share a video tutorial for just how easy the Elfa System is to install. Important to note here, before we get started, I'm going to be sharing the before and after of these 2 spaces by way of a screen recording. I'm really busy, and while I do have the skills to put together a video with all the photos that I've taken, my timing is really tight, and I've been working really hard to move past this idea that I have in my head that my YouTube videos need to be perfect and beautiful before I share them with you. And I hope one day to have someone help me professionally put a video together. But in the meantime, I'm putting the advice and expert tips onto this channel in an effort to meet you wherever you are. And I'm trying my best to get over the idea that getting the info to you needs to be done perfectly. So let's take a look at these 2 closets and just how easy they were to edit. Okay guys, here we are on the Simply Organized website, and you should definitely take a look at the website. I recently had it redesigned and it just launched a couple weeks ago. There are so many great projects to inspire you and help motivate you to declutter and organize your own home. So you definitely want to hop over there and take a look. You can find the website address linked in the description box. And I'm going to go ahead and start here with one of the closets. And then what we're going to do is talk about the Elfa System. We'll hop over to the Container Store website, and then we'll do the other closets. So also important for me to mention, I'm not going to be talking very much about the client specifically, like no names, where they're located. I take client confidentiality seriously. So anyway, what we are looking at here is an existing Elfa system that was installed for this young lady back when she was in the 6th grade. She's now going into her senior year of high school. So there's been a long period of time that she's lived with this closet. It has served her very well, but she was definitely due for an update. On first glance, what I saw was missed opportunities here. There's a wide open spot here that could benefit from something down here as well. I was looking at some of the lengths of her clothing and thinking we could probably add a few more drawers to help fix some of the problems with, maybe she needed more drawers for folded items. And I did like her over the door shoe pocket organizers. Those remained. And, but you can see she has a lot of shoes that were still on the floor that needed to be accommodated. So I did have an idea in mind and a plan for that. This is after we decluttered the space. Now, what I do want to encourage you to do before you do anything, before you invest in any product whatsoever, any closet system, the most important thing to do first is to declutter and take a good look at your items to make sure you really love them, you use them, you need them, you wear them. You want your items that you absolutely love to be right here front and center. So this, what you are seeing here, is after we spent about 2 to 3 hours decluttering together. This is what remained. Here is the after. And you can see I added so much more space, and this was done very simply. We created a bigger opportunity right here. You know, right now those Brandy Melville crop tops are very popular with teenagers. This was a great spot for the short hanging items like that, as well as for shorts and skirts. I added additional drawers going up the middle to give her more drawer space. I added some shelves over here on the left, and I relocated her pants to this section, as well as some of her nicer sweaters that you wouldn't want hanging on a hanger. And I kept, again, the shoe organizers, but you're probably wondering, where did the heels go? Well, the heels for her prom and all the little dances that they've had in high school are up top on a shelf that you cannot see. It's up on the top of the closet behind that wall. And all of her heels and out of, seasonal items are up there, as well as one keepsake box, which most children do tend to have in their closet. So that is kind of what you're seeing here. Of course, wall-mounted systems give you great space on the floor for additional items like shoes, and tucked back here in the back right corner are her boots. So you can see this is a drastic improvement from this to this. And just extending that rod across the top, just that alone created so much great usable functional space for her. And what I wanted to talk a little bit more about here is the drawers. So you probably see these lines here. The Elfa system does provide drawer dividers that pop into the drawer. This does help for children to create more defined space within a drawer. In terms of labeling, you don't necessarily need to put a label on the front for children. My own personal, I did it for her because she was older. This is what she wanted. But how I prefer labeling an Elfa drawer system is just with a very simple, clear label that you add to the top here of the drawer. It defines the categories, and let's be honest, kids are learning. We need to be patient. We need to continue to teach them how to organize and how to keep their rooms clean, but you want to set the system up to be easy for them to maintain. And even if they're just cramming it into a drawer, if you have it labeled, whether with a picture or you have it labeled simply with a label like this on the front or on the top, it's okay if they're just shoving it in, as long as it's getting put away. Can anyone feel me on that? The other point that I wanted to make here is that you want to set up a system that's going to work for your kids. This folded t-shirts in a basket under her bed works for this teenager. She will be able to maintain that. Not every child will this work for. So as you are organizing for your child or setting up a system, keep that in mind. So that is the after of this beautiful closet. It turned out so great, and this shows you just how easy it is to update an Elfa system, and the Container Store is never going to stop selling this baby. So you don't need to worry about investing in it, and then later, if you need to edit it, you can't find the pieces. They will always sell this system, so don't worry about that. Okay, we're not going to spend a ton of time here on the Container Store website, but I just wanted to show you where you can find the Elfa system, and over time they have improved it and given you more options like these wood fronts on the drawers now. They make it appear a little bit more built in. There are so many options. There's hooks that hang off the side. There's the drawer dividers, and you can use these things. These systems can be used anywhere. They have them broken down by categories. Some of the categories you can use them in are your kitchen and pantry. You can use them like right in an open area and just use solid shelves and create a bookcase if you want. There's garage solutions, there's office solutions. The opportunity here is endless. So this is where you would find it, on the Container Store website. All right, so here is the second closet that I wanted to share with you. And I actually completed this one last week. And as I was finishing it, I had the idea to do this quick video here for the channel. So I hope that you're enjoying it. If you do, give it a thumbs up for me. That would be awesome. But here we are in a different space. Again, we had an existing Elfa system. This system has been in the closet since this family purchased the home many years ago. And again, we're able to update this system. The Container Store is never going to stop selling this. So the beauty of having it here already is that we were able to use the existing framework to update it. The child who lives in this room is going to be a big 6th grader this year, and the system was not working for her. You can again see all sorts of missed opportunities here in the middle section. She has a ton of shoes that are all just kind of piled high, and the drawers that are just sitting here on the floor are not giving her much storage space at all. So as soon as I saw this, this is exactly how I envisioned the after. And I can't begin to tell you how fun it was to update this space for her and bring her into her life as a teenager and in middle school, and have a closet that really was pretty and a place for her to display things like photos of her and her friends and some of her favorite books. Right here, she has space for her little candle collection, and I added the over-door shoe pockets for her as well. So let's talk a little bit about this closet and what the changes were. And this is me, by the way, making the changes. It's really that simple. You can do it yourself, I promise. So she had one very small section of long hang, and she's a little bit shorter. So if you have a child who tends to be on the shorter side, again, this is a great system that's easily adaptable to your specific child, height, all that good stuff. So what I did was I added a second hanging section for her, and we separated some of the long hanging and jackets. We gave her more drawers going up the middle. She plays soccer, so she has a drawer totally dedicated to soccer gear. She has many hoodies that she does have a dresser that's sitting in her bedroom, but the hoodies were not fitting in there. They were getting crammed in and causing it to be really tough for her to open and close the drawers. So now all of her hooded sweatshirts are here in the bottom. And the shoes being put on the door left us with room for the boots and high tops to be sitting neatly underneath the system. Again, the drawers are now wall mounted. They are not freestanding in the middle of the closet. Also, keeping things off the floor means you have room for a laundry basket. I repurposed her bins. These are white bins from Target. We have extra hangers in one. She has a travel bin. And then this bin up here on the right is clothing to grow into. She has her collection of school yearbooks from elementary school and nursery school up here on the top shelf. And these two other shelves are a great spot for her to put decor and other just regular reading books. These are solid shelves, which are an option with the Container Store. You see here, the one that's spanning the top, that's called a ventilated shelf. And while you can add a liner to that, it makes it difficult to keep books standing upright. So if you're wanting to add a spot for decor and books, I would highly recommend the solid shelves. They work really well. And across the top, I gave her 4 keepsake boxes. They were black boxes from IKEA, nothing fancy, inexpensive, and they just kind of blend in up there seamlessly. So this is how this closet was updated. I'll scroll through to give you a few more ideas. I didn't use the dividers in her drawers. She didn't seem to need them. Again, I labeled them very simply on the drawer front edge, and she could not be more excited about her new closet. And I was excited to do the project for her. It looks so beautiful, and I can't believe seeing the before and the after, and just how easy it was to make these updates and edit the space. So I personally would encourage you, if you're looking for a closet system, again, I'm an organizing expert. I've been doing this work for years and years and have worked in hundreds of homes. I would highly recommend an Elfa system for your child's closet.